I'm back, fellas, guys, girls, and miscellaneous whatevers. Yeah, it's been a while. I feel bad because I haven't done a video in a while, but it's because my camera got fucked up. I got a new, updated, super crazy awesome computer. Traded in a bunch of old parts at the parlor and got in a really good computer. Actually, it's awesome. And then I plugged in my webcam and I plugged in my external hard drive and what's the other thing? My iPod, and all three of them fried. So it was that. So, I got something I can show you guys. Nothing much has been new. I'm still doing the welding. We're doing butt joints right now, right? It's two metal slabs, and you have a little crack in the middle, and you fuse them at the edges, and then you do it. And then you cut the weld out, and then you put it through a bend test to see if it cracks, right? So two people did bend tests or whatever, and I took it. It's two bend tests, and I welded it together, so, there's one, there's the other. And then I used the gas metal machine to put teeth on it, so it's actually a shark jaw. I made it for Victoria. She thinks it's cool. I think it's cool too because it actually does look like a shark jaw. It looks like it's gonna fucking come in there and fucking whoa. So yeah, I just got my cam fixed the other. Well, I got a new cam, and I gotta show you guys something really cute because my cat's being cute right now. She's a little pumpkin. Look at her. She's just all stretched out. Let's go in closer and see. Actually, here I'll grab the cam. Let's do this. And there's the Poop Scoop. Hi, Poop Scoop. She's all stretched out. Yeah, she's an adorable little munchkin. Hope you guys could hear me when I was jiggling the camera around. Yeah, it's there we go. Whew. That was an adventure, right, Poop Scoop? So yeah, just still going to school. March break's coming up and sorting through a lot of the personal problems. I've been going to ADD counseling because there's an ADD counselor, I guess. It's like fucking Vietnam counseling or whatever. But yeah, I go to her and I explain. It's another psychology thing. Like you go there and explain, here's my problems, and then they ask, what do you think about this? And then they give their opinion on stuff. And so it turns out that I may have been fighting my subconscious for a very, very long time. So it's like sitting there doing a weld test, right? And you get your test piece all ready, and it's like a big flat long plate like this, and then you put two other long plates, so it's like this. It's like an X, right? You sit it down and you do the flat position, and then you turn it, so then you do it like this, and that's the horizontal position, right? That's flat. That's horizontal, of course. And then you do vertical up, which means like this. Then you do overhead, which you do like this. So every time I'd get to that last little inch, like it'd be nice and smooth, and every single time you'd be like, oh, I'm getting to the end. Oh, I lose control, and the thing would sputter everywhere, and my weld looked like garbage. So it's funny that, I don't even want to think about how common this must be, that, some people just, if you have self-esteem issues or whatever, you grow up, you move on, you're cool with it, but, way, way back in there somewhere, there's something going on you need to fix, you need to address, and ever since then, everything's been cool. Like, I remember catching the bus. Like, I catch the bus every day, and I'd go wait at the bus station, at the bus stop, and it almost seemed like my visual radius was shorter, right? And then the day after, I started, talking to my subconscious and saying, look, let's fucking work together. What's the point of me working against you and you working against me? Let's just, one day, let's give it a fucking hustle. And I actually said that to myself. Let's fucking do this. And then the next day I woke up and I felt awesome. Like, I felt like my problems were fucking microscopic. And then standing there waiting for the bus, I could see all the way. It's like I could see for miles. Like, it's such a simple metaphor. Like, I can now see, my eyes are open. But it's fucking weird. Like, subconscious war. Like, it's ridiculous. But anyway, it's just, there's all these little things that, create problems in your life. You don't even think, wouldn't even think about addressing because, it's like a non-issue, but then it turns out to be an issue. I'm fucking rambling coherent. Yeah, I've been feeling a little off today. It was a lazy day because Moncton got pretty snowed in. We got like 35 centimeters of snow and 100-kilometer-hour winds overnight. So the buses didn't run. When the buses don't run, my school's closed. So I just fucking slept in, I didn't do anything all day. It was awesome. Everything I wanted it to be. So yeah, recently nothing much new and exciting is going on. Saw a bunch of good movies like Dark Knight, of course. It's great. Iron Man, I got a Blu-ray rip of it. Fucking awesome movie. Really good movie. Way better than I thought it would be. Other than that, I bought for Christmas for the girlfriend. I bought her. It's pretty bad. I'm talking about Christmas presents. That's how long it's been. I got her 1984, and I got her Animal Farm because I want her to read something good. Like, she does a lot of, like, she goes to school, like, at the university, and just fucking all her day is research and reading and projects and, seminars and all this shit. So when she comes home at the end of the day, she just wants light fare. Like, she'll put on, like, CSI. And, she doesn't really love the show or anything, but she'll put it on just because it's something that she can kind of ignore, but just drop back in whenever she wants. Like, it's not overwhelming. It's not... Let's face it, it's not fucking Mozart, right? Like, it's pretty base television, man. But yeah, that's what she always does. So I get irritated at her because she's always watching America's Next Top Model or CSI or just really crappy shows. So I was like, you got to read 1984. It's like the best book ever made. So I got her Animal Farm so that I could prep her and then read 1984, and she liked it. But I don't think she's quite as big on metaphors and all that type of shit that happens in books as I am. Like, I think when she's done school, she just turns her brain off. So but I can understand. I mean, you think all day. The last thing you want to do is come home and think some more. So yeah, I got her those for Christmas. Where was I? I don't even know now. I'm just fucking all over the place. Woo! 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 I think I'm half asleep or something. The last few days have been weird. Like, it feels like a part of my brain's still asleep. Like, I had a guy who was in the shop, and my buddy Ryan's trying to tell me we have to go down to the shop and get, one of these big flat bars. We're going to bring it up and cut it into pieces so people can use it for test pieces or whatever. And I couldn't get it. I was like, go there, shop, me? So, he was like, well, let's just go. We went down to the shop and, picked up some big fucking beams. And I was like, oh, I knew what you meant. I just couldn't sort it out or whatever. So it's like fucking weird. The brain's doing some real defragging right now. I went in. I don't know if I told you guys or not, but I went in for a psychological evaluation thing. Because when you get sponsored by... I was on EI and then went to school. So New Brunswick has a thing. I don't know who else does in Canada, but if you're on EI and you decide to go to school, they'll pay for half your school because they want you to not go on EI again. They want you to succeed, get out there, which is cool. Like, it's one of the cooler things. But we could be like Germany, where they just pay for your school, which would also be really good. But this is a great second prize, I guess. But with PEDAL, the Department of Education and Labor, they find that if you're someone like me who has ADD or ADHD or OCD or all the above, like I do, then they have to give you some support. Otherwise, they find like someone will get all excited, want to go, and then just like without the right support or whatever, they just kind of crash and burn, and then that's a big waste of resources. You can only get help once by the Department of Education and Training and Labor, right? So really got to make sure you want whatever course you're going for. So yeah, that's why I had to do the psychological thing to make sure I actually had ADD and ADHD and all that stuff. And turns out I have an impulse problem. No way. But when I did the test, she was amazed. She said, people like you don't come along very often. You are fucking exceptionally smart. She said my grasp of the English language is like ridiculous. Like I beat 98% of Canada in a lot of the tests. There was one I didn't do so hot on, but it was like multiplying, numbers in my head. Like it was like 12 times. Like it's like two digits times 2 digits. I tried doing that in my head and I fucked it up really bad. And there was like just one other thing I think I didn't do so hot on, but basically everything else I fucking rocked, like upper 98th percentile for everything. Like, so it turns out I'm fucking wicked smart. Like, if it's consistent, like maybe in Canada we're all just really dumb and I seem really smart, or maybe Canada's super smart, so I don't know. But if that stays consistent, I'm smarter than 98% of the population. Like, this is just ridiculous. I've had so many people make fun of me. This is a pretty weird just YouTube. I'm just fucking flapping the blah, blah, blah. I've got all this held back YouTube garbage that I let it fly out. It's fucking hurting people's bones and fucking rocks flying out of my mouth. Anyway, what was I talking about? Stuff with the thing and the guy. And yeah, Department of Education, make sure you got the ADD. And then they to make sure I get the right support, they sent me off for ADD counseling. And the biggest thing I need is structure, apparently. Like, just gotta, the worse the ADD, the more structure you need. So basically, I should have a list with every minute accounted for. At like 8:55, you're gonna go for a shit. At 8. All right, I'm gonna do another video because I got a couple more.